Might be hard to see, but I'm going to try to get these two trees right there going like that. Hey y'all, I'm back at this little job today. That tree was right next to that container. That maple was sucking up the sky. These power lines were in danger. The keeper trees are pretty nice. Got a lot of new sunshine in here. Hey y'all, thanks for checking out the Certified Horse Show. This is what I do for a living. I scrounge up junk and build it into novel things that allow me to take people's money and make them happy as they give it to me. So I'm pretty much wrapping up a job here for a neighbor buddy, and so far they seem very pleased with what I've done. Kept the nice trees, got rid of the cull trees, made a clearing for a future garage, and I'll probably end up being back again for some various other things. This is, as far as I know, the only root rake grapple spear, or at least the first. I've built one for a garden tractor 10 years ago, and it was amazing what it could do, and I always knew it just needed to be scaled up. So from 16 horsepower to 80 horsepower, and what it can do is ridiculous. That's a tree pusher up there. There's a hydraulic cylinder. Yes, it does look like a funny car because there's a tremendous amount of force when you're trying to push perpendicular to a tube and have I don't even want to get tongue-tied even thinking about it, but to make that force pushing against that tube jam that down into that log and not snap everything is quite a tall order. And then to still be able to put 80 horsepower into it this way, that's the easy task. This is the hard task. And I've found out by snapping it several times, every which way, fully breaking the whole spear off of what I call the chin strap. Obviously that's a root rake. That is 1x4, 12-inch steel for getting underneath the stump or grubbing stuff out. I think they're on about 10-inch spacing, so they're a little finer than your average root rake. And the reason I made it narrow is so that I stopped using the corners of the blade, because this is a finished dozer 6-way blade, and when I had to go in and repack them cylinders, that rod is already bent from, everybody and their brother before. 20,000 hours of beating on the corner of these blades. Now the other thing, speaking of the corner, is this bolt-on box that I've built. I think you can probably see the heads of the bolts right here. I welded on a drilled and tapped plate and bolted it with 3 bolts there, and then it's bolted to the front face, but it's got a beak, like a corner that gets underneath and grubs stuff up. I had built this first, that corner right there, and there used to be a tooth in here, but I broke it off. But this corner here can grub backwards and that corner grubs forward, and it gives you a lot of dexterity, and it also allows you to peel a lot of stuff off of a root ball. So with just a little bit of angling and going back and forth continually, you can kind of just, almost like a deli meat slicer, you can just keep peeling the dirt off of root balls, which is a lot of my time. That's a lot of my billable hours. I can push a tree over in 10 to 20 minutes and then have another hour of trying to get that dirt reclaimed. If it's a 10-foot root ball, I'm working for a while. And let's face it, a dozer only reaches so high. So that spear reaches the top of the root ball, and I can smear and swipe and roll around and stab through it. But I do a lot of work to get the dirt off. Anyhow, if you want to clone it, I won't sue you. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. If you feel like paying me some royalties, I definitely won't sue you if you pay me some royalties. Kick it around.